recording.
Okay, hello, people.
Hello.
Whoever's
Sorry
listening.
for lack of uploads. I still need to upload the Star Wars thing, I think. Or did I upload that?
Yes. No, you have not.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I bunch of stuff came in the way. Yeah. Um, yeah.
Life got in the way is our explanation.
Yeah.
It's true.
So they had a game Vinewood last week, but I could not come. I had
So it was not recorded.
yeah.
We are not sorry about that.
Yeah.
It was funny. There were not many people, just to inform those who care. There were not many people. So it was me, Kanan, Gappy, and Radical that were there.
Man, not
We were
even
the ones
bagels.
that. Nope, not bagels.
Hmm.
People either slept in, they had something else to do, or since it was just going to be a small group, they did not care enough.
Yeah. A lot of people are leaving. Or like just like not showing up,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Now, some people are leaving just because we have a strict schedule. Just to inform you, some people have left our group.
Yeah. Yeetus has left and yeah, that's about it. It's just
Currently, just
Yeetus who's
Yeetus.
left.
Currently, just Yeetus. So let's get into the recap. This is a recap
Yeah. So this is a
episode.
recap of last week since I was not there.
Yep. So the week before, or not the week before, but the first time we did this, they got into the town of Kyoki or somehow, I don't know. It's weird pronunciation. And they got, after getting attacked by bandits. They, that is basically where we ended that session off. They got into town and explored a little bit. And so, after this, where we start off is the next day after the end of that session. The group of Gappy and Radical woke up after being asleep for the night. Seeing that was early enough, they went down to see what was going on and what they should do. I believe it was Radical that went and walked around while Gappy asked what was going on. They, whenever Radical came back, they were informed that they should go see the mayor and talk to him about what happened. So they went off to the mayor's office, which is really the town hall, and explored it a little bit. And whenever they got up to the mayor's office, the upstairs portion of that area, they went into the mayor's office and they were in a reception room with a with the receptionist being a drow. This drow is Kanan. Kanan tricked it was I believe Yeetus into punching bricks into the restroom through a wall.
Nice.
Yes. After that, they went into, after they realized, oh, the mayor's office is through an actual door that Kanan tricked them into thinking was actually just a wall behind a door.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. They went through that door and they entered the mayor's office, meeting the mayor. A short human by human standards, not like a halfling or a dwarf, but a shorter human, who was a little fat, and discussed what they should do about the bandit incident. After discussing for a little bit of time, deciding that the bandits shall be punished by fine and some community service, decided they decided that the town should be supplied with food and resources since it's on a hard time instead of the town being penalized for their friend's mistake. After that, the mayor told told them to go talk to the king, as the town of Ibis, or the kingdom of Ibis, is a kingdom that rarely has any bandit attacks at all. So one ever happening is a very rare sight. And the king requested to be informed of all attacks. Ugh, sorry. The king requested to be informed of all attacks. Whenever they went to the king, they brought Kanan along, as the mayor said that they wanted to get out of town and did not want them in his town anymore. So they went to the king. Once they got to the town, they walked around for a little bit. Um, Kanan went to the royal library and messed with the records a little bit. Not maliciously. Kanan just moved the records into different places and put the records that were in books. She turned the books to face the spine to face the wall while the pages were facing outwards. And she moved them all around into different spots just to be infuriating, but not evil. Then they and Gappy went and walked around the city. Yeah, just walked around the city a bit. And um, Radical went to the Bard's College and was discussed if he could be enrolled in the Bard's College. After that, they went and met up with the king. When meeting up with the king, they informed him about the bandit attack. He decided he would look into it and he would go with the mayor's decision on the information. After that, he requested that three heroes, quotation marks, help him just trying to find a very pressing issue of thieves. He wanted them to help him find thieves. He told them he would give them some extra work after if they completed it, and he would give them a little sum of gold. So they decided money's worth it, more money's worth it, so they took the job. They went out and started investigating. They found a symbol of a snake coiled around a dagger. Kanan's character, taking this as a snake being stabbed by a dagger, decided to call them the Snake Shankers.
The snake shakers. I like that.
Yes, and they investigated a little bit more. Kanan's character decided they were going to go investigate an orphanage. This is what they said, as we have a list of quotes that we will be saying throughout
I've
this.
read some of
They
these.
must be cowards. Snakes are known cowards, and a dagger is usually a good weapon, but in the hands of the cowards, it is a bad sign. It must be the orphanage, those cowards. So they trotted off to the orphanage, which in this land is still led by priests and nuns and monks. Those are the usual orphan leaders in this land. Um, there are few orphanages in the entire, like in this world, that are run by just normal folks. Mainly because this is kind of like our own age. Most orphanages were run by priests and nuns and monks for a while. After we, after they had their little or they went to the orphanage. They spoke to some nuns trying to figure out some stuff. Then they found the priest. Gappy, our warforged, then decided to kneecap the priest.
Great.
He started talking to the priest, asking some information. Whenever the priest was like, "No, no, we don't have any criminal organization here, not at all. We are an orphanage." Like, this was a very honest priest giving his information. They tried to figure out if the priest was lying. He was not. I believe one of them failed, so they believed the priest was lying, and the other one succeeded, knowing the priest was not lying. Cappy, the one I believe who failed, kneecapped the priest. Just decided to kneecap him out of nowhere. Then,
Nice.
realizing he kneecapped a priest, Cappy ran out the doorway. And once it took him maybe 5 minutes in game. Guards came, saw, he ran. Guards chased after him. Once that happened, we cut back to Radical and Kanan. They decided to investigate the orphanage a little bit more, just because they believed it was the orphanage. Because we have a very weird group of people here.
Yes.
Kanan went downstairs, found nothing other than foodstuffs, clothing, all that normal things. Um, Radical went to the attic, found same thing, foodstuffs, clothing, just supplies to run an orphanage. Then they both decided to go into the priest's office where he did most of the orphanage paperwork and all that, and planned for his ceremonies. And they found nothing at all. Nothing. It was just a standard orphanage. So then they decided they would split up, Radical and Kanan. Kanan decided they would continue searching, while Radical decided that they would go after Gappy. Then we cut back to Gappy, who was running through the streets, knocking down people, pushing carts away, pushing away stuff, causing basically a ruckus while being a warforged and running down a street. He was then pulled into an alleyway and a necklace put on him. This was a necklace of invisibility.
Hmm.
The guards just ran past trying to find him because they didn't know where he went. They believed he just kept on running and he probably took a side street and it was very fast. Um, he was he turned around and saw a cloaked figure. The figure told him to follow him. The cloaked figure told Gappy to follow him. So he led him. So the cloaked figure led Gappy to a manhole where it led into the city sewers. The cloaked figure then opened the manhole, told Gappy to get in, and so Gappy did. Jumped into the manhole. Cloaked figure jumped in, closed it, and they walked down the sewers a little bit to where they found themselves in a tavern-like area with the symbol of a dagger with a snake coiled around it. The guy then said, "This is welcome to the uh, Thieves Guild." While this is in game, while our players were going on, one of us asked, one of the guys asked, or Gappy said, "There's nothing suspicious about the man. I just wanted to kneecap that priest." While we asked him, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?" And then he said, once he was being chased, "What have I gotten myself into, man?" Questioning. And then Kanan said, "Besides kneecapping a priest?" And then we started going on, like, this was before. So most of these were before he went into the manhole. And then we all decided, oh, we're going to make jokes. Uh, then all of us said, "I used to be an adventurer like you, then a warforged kneecapped me." As you can hear from Jack, It's a very funny. We had fun times. We said a couple more funny things about kneecapping and all that. None of it was written down. Uh, so,
Oh no, there was another that was written down.
no, there's a lot more. We just have not said it yet.
Oh, okay.
Like, we haven't got to that part of the story.
Okay.
So the thief who had uncloaked himself now told Gappy, go into that room, pointing towards the only area with a door on it. Gappy entered the door and saw and met with the Thieves Guild leader of Ra, the kingdom or the capital of Ibith. The leader of the Thieves Guild then told him, you have made a ruckus in the city. You must have really wanted to get in here if you kneecapped a person. We know about your investigation. We have eyes everywhere. So, if you want to join us, you have to go to a magic shop and steal 1,000,000 gold coins worth of magic items. And this was like a magic weapon shop, so these were pretty rare. Then there's also gold just in the building. This was a very, very important building with lots of. And so Gappy decided, I'm gonna be able to get into the Thieves Guild and maybe have 1,000,000 gold coins. Of course, I'm gonna do this. So he accepted and was told, basically given a cloak, go up there, plan your attack, given his orders on a piece of paper just for him to remember because they they've started that because their members are kind of idiots sometimes in the Thieves Guild. Sorry about that. The Thieves Guild leader then er, then Gappy went upstairs and went through the manhole and decided, I'm going to run back to the orphanage to find my friends. And we then cut back to our other players, where Gappy or Radical decided to chase after Gappy, our Warforged, that went crazy, and started chasing after him. Got down to the end and decided to start running back after Gappy said that he was going to run back to the orphanage. Well, Kanan decided to go investigating more. Kanan found more information about the Thieves Guild. Primarily, they had raided several buildings and couldn't find much. Then they found a piece of cloak that had been torn with the thieves' orders on it and the sigil of the Thieves Guild declaring it's the Snake Shankers. Again, they just decided to call them Snake Shankers. Informed a nearby guard about this, gave them a paper. The guard said, okay, we'll investigate this more. And then ran off. Kanan told them it's the Snake Shankers. So now that is the colloquial term for the Thieves Guild in Ibith. The Snake Shankers. Because Kanan decided to call it that.
It's a good name.
Yes. And so after that, we cut back to Gabby. This is what we all said after he decided to run back to the orphanage. Oh God, is he going to kneecap the children? This entire session was about kneecapping
Kneecaps,
because of
kneecaps
what.
galore.
Yes. Um, I will be back in a minute. Dinner.
Oh,
So if you can stop, can you put them together?
uh, I can pause it. There's a pause thing.
Okay. If you can pause it, I'll come back later.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I'll talk to you in a bit.
okay.
Or
Okay.
we could just record it tomorrow to finish recording it tomorrow.
Uh, I'd rather we finish it today if you can.
Coming? Okay, then yeah, I'll finish in a minute
Okay.
after I eat. Okay, talk to you in a bit.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, This is like a little in between thing. Uh, we're currently redoing Storm of Ravens. Starting whenever the next Storm of Ravens is. So we will be deleting the older episodes. I mean, I might keep them up, but they're not going to be canon anymore. You know. Um, like there's been a lot of like rewriting going on. So, but yeah, it's good. And next session will be Ironwood, uh, for numerous reasons. One, I just want to actually play it and not hear stories from it. Like I actually want to play. Um, but yeah. So we're gonna go on pause. See you later. And by later, I mean like 5 seconds from now.
Okay, sorry, people.
Oh, okay. Now it's going. It got weird.
Okay, okay, sorry for the break, people. Uh, I was informed of things that I was basically I was informed I had to, and people are annoying sometimes. Yeah, so
Let's.
let's get into this game, shall we? Or get back. So where were we? Was oh yeah, Kanan found some information and was sent to go find or found out about some information. Whenever Gappy and Radical were running in the same ways as each other, they met up. Gappy pulled Radical into an alley and informed him about the Thieves Guild. Said if you go down this way, you can find the Thieves Guild. So Gappy decided to go inform Radical about that
Mm-hmm.
and left. Or not Gappy, Kanan. Radical decided to go inform Kanan about the craziness that Gappy had gotten himself into.
I see.
So, yes, he went to Kanan, informed him. They got about 10 guards. We then left off there where Gappy told Kane, or where Gappy was preparing to rob the magical weapons store. They went and robbed. He went to the door trying to break in stealth. Now, of course, he's a shiny warforged, not a stealthy commando. He, whenever trying to stealthily break down the front door, got a nat 1 guard. He was able to steal two magical swords, ran away, and was able to get about 50 guards on him. 50 guards, people. That's a lot of guards.
Mm-hmm.
And then another saying that two more things that we said during this game. These are There will be one more after this. That will be at the end. One was he can live with being a priest kneecapper, which I said about Gappy. And then finally, Gappy said, I kneecapped a priest because I know no normal person would do that. So I did it to get your attention. I've killed so many people, you think kneecapping someone would change anything? A potato, it's just a pedophile.
Wait,
Okay then.
have you, uh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So they both groups ran into the sewers. Kanan and Radical with a group of about 10 guards, Gappy with his 50 guards chasing him, and they went into the main base, where they believed the Thieves Guild was. Of course, the Thieves Guild already knew about the botch robbery and had evacuated with four Thieves Guild members waiting around for Gappy to get back. Whenever he did get back, the members of the Thieves Guild noticed Radical and Kanan's group, and then the 50 guards chasing Gappy. They told him to run, follow them. They did. Both groups, uh, both groups of guards and the two players converge while leaving 5 guards behind to search the hall that the Thieves Guild was in before they ran away. And they went to go search it. This group then followed the Thieves Guild members into the new Thieves Guild base. Gabby went into, or we cut to Gabby. He went into the hall of the Thieves Guild leader's office. Thieves Guild leader informed him that you are not going to be in the Thieves Guild. Give me the swords and I'll let you leave with your life. Gabby then decided to challenge him to combat. Gabby lost. He's not dead. Thieves Guild leader was just able to escape. The rest of the guards came, all the people came running in. 20 with all good amount of the Thieves Guild members leaving, except for 20 to stay behind and hold off the guards. The all 20 were detained, and Yaffy was also detained. The guards searched the area and just decided hopefully they've learned their lesson, that they'll come running after them with a good force of people to take them down. They went back. The king decided to pardon Gappy because for his crimes. They were each given 50 gold coins, and Gappy spent his 50 gold on giving them to the orphanage, deciding I've done a bad. And that was where we ended. Now, our last quote is improvise, adapt, kneecap.
Improvise, adapt, kneecap.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. And that was basically our entire thing. As you could tell, our concurrent saying in this entire thing, let's kneecap the priest.
Yeah.
So if you hear some of the people saying, let's kneecap the priest, or
I already know what I'm
uh,
gonna call this
or
video.
the snake shankers,
I already know what
or
I'm
the
gonna call
snake
this.
shankers, you know why.
Yeah. I know what I'm gonna call this video.
Okay.
The
So
kneecap
yeah, that was
recap.
our entire thing. Yes, good. Well, yeah, that was our entire thing today, or at that time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that was our kneecap recap. Um, and we will shortly do the next session of Ironwood. We are going to do Ironwood way more often. We are kind of changing our schedules to where it's going to be Storm of Ravens and Ironwood are the two main campaigns. And then Waters, which used to be a main campaign, is now just like if we're not super high on people, or if we just really want to relax and not have to worry about story or anything, we do
That was
Waters.
original point for Waters, and then we
Yeah.
turned it into.
Well, the original idea was we would do like Storm, because you didn't have your campaign set up yet. It was just like it was
Yeah.
Storm, and we did Storm again, and then the next time would be Waters, and we would just repeat that cycle.
Yep.
So overall, we would like barely do Waters. We would mainly just do Storm. But yeah,
Yep.
um, hope you enjoyed the story of the kneecap, and yeah, we will be back on Ironwood very soon. And by very soon, I mean probably this week. I'll probably upload this like the day before I upload the second one, or the actual video for
Yep.
Ironwood.
And
So
then
yeah.
we also have a Star Wars episode that should be out by the time this comes out.
So the Star Wars thing will come out before this. And then it will
Yeah.
be this
So
video. Or actually,
the
no, I'll
Star
probably
Wars
do
thing
this video
should be out by
first. I'll do Star Wars after that, and then I'll do Ironwood, like the actual recorded thing, afterwards.
now.
Yeah. Well, uh,
Thank you for
yeah.
joining our craziness
Yes.
today, and have a good life.
Yeah. Bye.